Smoother summer travel, the changes the TSA is making to try and make your next trip easier. And a sewer surprise, how an engagement ring ended up getting flushed and how city workers found it a year later. You're watching The Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Winston. Airports all around the country, including LAX, are bracing for a busy week as thousands of families plan a trip for Memorial Day weekend. All teens can now use TSA PreCheck if their parents or guardian is in the program. They're also implementing digital IDs to help move things along. As the TSA gears up for a busy summer travel season, they have some changes in the works to help make your experience a little smoother.
We are deploying new technologies across all of our screening checkpoints. We are trying to make our screening process as frictionless as it possibly can be.
The head of TSA also announced that TSA workers will now be paid at the same scale as federal workers. That means a 30% bump in pay for most of their employees. As Hollywood writers continue to picket outside all major studios, Carey is expressing his support for those writers by offering to pay for their food. The Price is Right host tweeted and encouraged striking writers to show their Writers Guild of America union card to get their dine-in meals for free at Bob's Big Boy in Burbank or Swingers Diner in LA. And he says the offer will be valid until the strike ends. During the last writers' strike in 2007 and 2009, Carey also bought lunch for strikers. Comcast, a corporation that owns our parent company, NBC Universal, is one of the entertainment companies represented by the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Some employees of the NBC News Group are also represented by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. LeBron James had the highest scoring playoff half in his incredible NBA career, but it wasn't enough to stop the sweep. The Lakers were eliminated from the playoffs after a 113-111 loss to the Nuggets. But after 20 seasons in the NBA, many are wondering what King James will be doing next year.
I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
Give him some space. Let him think it out. Many fans are hoping LeBron will stick around.
No, I don't think so. He scored 31 points in the first half. He got a little bit more in this tank.
I hope not. I hope he give it another run, play with his son, hope for the best. 20 years, a long time. I feel like he still got it in him.
Hey, only time will tell what he'll do. We shall see. All right, it's time to check in with meteorologist Belinda De Leon. She's here to let us know how long the May gray and soggy weather will stick around.
Hi, everybody. Well, here's a look at the main headlines for the rest of the weekend. At the top of the list, that May gray. The marine layer is going to be deep at times during the week, so each morning we'll wake up to those low clouds, areas of fog, and even drizzle. Temperatures, they're coming down. We're going from AC weather to sweater weather. Below normal temperatures expected for the rest of the week, and those winds are going to be picking up for our friends in the deserts. Now, look at the trend in Riverside. Lately, we've had highs in the 80s and 90s, but the next several days, temperatures will be coming down to the 70s. We have temperatures on Tuesday in the upper 70s, but notice how we go down the weather roller coaster. Low 70s by Friday, and then a tad warmer through Memorial Day. The weather will be even colder close to the coast, where the temperatures won't get above 60 degrees and skies will be cloudy.
In Lake Forest, a man with a pickaxe terrorized his neighbors and roommates, and it was caught on camera. This guy that you see here moved into the house less than 2 weeks ago. His roommates say he started acting strange over the weekend, and then Monday he got violent. He crashed his car into a nearby house, then grabbed a pickaxe and broke down his roommate's door.
I basically grappled with him to get the weapon away from him. As soon as I was able to get the axe, I ran out of my room, and I got to the top of the staircase in my house, and the police were standing at the front door with their guns drawn.
The sheriff's department took the guy into custody. They don't know what caused the rampage, but they're looking to see if drugs played a role. Another attack on the metro. A woman says a passenger punched her again and again on a train in Long Beach, and it's raising more questions about security on public transportation and how money is being spent for safety.
she started punching at me as I was going around her, and I fell backwards. And then I was like trying to protect myself. And then I had a Good Samaritan that came, and he basically started calling the conductor. We both were calling 911.
The woman you just heard from did not want to share her name, but she's hoping her story will bring about change and prevent other attacks on Metro. The 53-year-old was riding the Blue Line through Long Beach last Wednesday when the violent attack happened. She tells us the attacker also used racial slurs. Fellow riders eventually came to her rescue, but local leaders like Supervisor Janice Hahn are asking why security did not get to the woman faster.
The first thing I want to find out is where was everybody when that attack happened? Where was Long Beach Police Department? Where were our ambassadors?
Hahn is now calling for a full accounting of the multi-million-dollar law enforcement contracts with Metro, which Hahn says includes 300 Metro ambassadors. Police are looking for a driver who crashed his SUV into a Studio City sushi restaurant and just ran off. This happened Monday afternoon at Akira Sushi on Ventura Boulevard. The restaurant was closed when the white SUV slammed right through the front door. Witnesses say the driver got out of the passenger door and just walked down the street before police arrived. An apology and another backtrack from the Dodgers. Less than a week after removing a drag charity from their upcoming Pride Night, the team is extending the group a new invitation. The Dodgers got a lot of backlash from fans when they removed the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence from their Pride Night lineup next month. Well, now, after meeting with the nonprofit, team management, and other LGBTQ organizations, the Dodgers admitted they made a rash decision and pledged to better educate themselves in the future. The Sisters say they feel the team's apology was sincere.
They did offer us the same award that they had been pressured to revoke, and we are very, very happy to accept this award for our 27 years of service in the Los Angeles community.
We care for the sick and the poor, and we feed the hungry. We do a lot of the same work that traditional Catholic nuns do.
The Dodgers revoked the Sisters' invitation last week after the Catholic League called the group's inclusion an outrage. Advocacy group LA Pride released a statement applauding the Dodgers' decision to reinstate the Sisters' invitation. The group says it'll now participate in the Dodgers Pride Night as well, writing, quote, "We are always stronger when we stand together." The Surgeon General of the United States has issued a warning blaming social media for being a main driver in a nationwide mental health crisis among teenagers. A report just released calls youth mental health, quote, "the defining public health issue of our time." Surgeon General Vivek Murthy says social media is contributing to teens' depression, anxiety, eating disorders, body dysmorphia, low self-esteem, and even attention deficit hyperactivity disorders.
I appreciate that the technology companies have taken some steps to try to keep kids safe, but it hasn't been nearly enough. What's at stake here is our kids and their future, plain and simple.
The Surgeon General gave recommendations for parents, including setting expectations about how technology should be used and creating tech-free zones like at dinner or before bedtime. This is a story we can't get enough of. Orange County Club Pro Michael Block has been invited to another PGA Tour event, this time the RBC Canadian Open in June. He won the hearts of many after his storybook performance at last week's PGA Championship. He became a national sensation after a weekend of solid play and sinking a hole-in-one. It seems it may be a little while before he's back to a Royal Trabuco Golf Club in Mission Viejo teaching golf lessons. Oh, he's on to bigger and better things. This week, Michael will be in Texas after he was invited to play in the Charles Schwab Challenge. He'll also try to qualify for the U.S. Open in LA next month. That's where he'll get a chance to possibly play against his own son. That would be a sight to see. We're cheering you on, Michael. A big surprise for one couple after an engagement ring was accidentally flushed down the toilet a year ago. Well, it turns out city workers finally found it and returned it to its owner. NBC4 photojournalist Sean Browning has a look at how those workers managed to get it done.
Over a year ago, our 5-year-old son woke up one morning and went into the bathroom, and he saw the engagement ring sitting on the bathroom counter, and he was admiring it while he was using the facilities, and he dropped it and then flushed it to cover up the evidence. And eventually he told us that it was in the toilet, to which I then took the toilet off and was looking for it. We actually did find it the next day on the drain camera, but we couldn't get it because it's underneath the house. And then at that time, the city of Chino Hills came out the following day and they tried to help us like flush the ring out of the house.
We brought the Backtrack truck and the hydrojet the sewer line and tried to find the ring on the sewer line, but we didn't got no luck.
We kept in the back of our heads the whole time. We're just like, you know what, we'll find it one day. We'll eventually find it.
And then about 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call from the city of Chino Hills telling me, I think we found your ring.
So the house is here, and they have a lateral that comes out into the middle of the street, and it flows down this way. So the ring had to travel 160 feet all the way down to this manhole. We were doing general maintenance cleaning. So now I was just like, hey, Tony, you know what? Let's just stick the basket in here just in case. So honestly, the third time we brought it back, no pressure. And Tony was like, it's there. It was just our luck that it stuck in the lateral and it finally flowed out to here and we caught it.
Chris, Tony?
Glad nothing is lost this time.
The whole crew came out, gave it to me. It was a super emotional experience.
So finding it in there, it was 1 in a million because the flow, it would have washed it away, but it didn't. We found it right here.
Wow, unbelievable. And shout out to those workers for getting it done. We love happy endings. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4. Weekdays, 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.